Here we go. Hi, everyone, and welcome to TWF Impact or Hit. I, Joey Styles, with Jonathan Coachman, with Aiden English, and here today on Impact or Hit, we're going to have a good show here today on Impact or Hit. You see, we're going to have, a match to see who is going to be fought. We're going to have the match here today. And we do know yesterday that Rainbow Bright is still the TWF Pennsylvania Right fighter. She beat John Cena yesterday on Dynamite or Might, Joey Styles says. That's right, Jonathan Coachman said Rainbow Bright beat John Cena yesterday on Dynamite or Might and is still the TWF Pennsylvania Right fighter. However, we need to know what our next match is going to be, here today on Impact or Hit, Jonathan Coachman says. I could tell you what, Aiden English says, whoever it's going to be, it's not going to be a good show, I can tell you that. It's going to be a good show, but not for the grounds that, but not for the grounds everyone thinks. And Aiden English says, and now we have Baron Corbin, which we have not seen in months. And he was, get on my show. And he was let go by WWE, come on. And he was let go by WWE, late last year, So we're going to see Baron Corbin here today, on Collision or Hit. Alright, on Impact or Hit. Alright, Baron Corbin says, I know that someone out there, wants to have a man. I know that I would be man enough to take the TWF, hard, the TWF. That I know I would be man enough, to take the TWF 24, to take the TWF hard middle winnings, away from Autolycus, the King of Thieves. So I want Autolycus, to come out here now, because I know I can beat him. Alright, Baron Corbin. I understand now you're in the I understand, Baron Corbin, you're in the NWA now, and that Baron Corbin wasn't even your true name. That it was the ring name that you had during your time in WWE. And Baron Corbin, I knew you were one of those wrestlers that had a skilled football background. You were a former skilled football player. Before you became a wrestler, you started on NXT, then you went to SmackDown, then you went to Raw, only back on SmackDown, then to be back on Raw again, only to be on NXT again. You're on SmackDown, then on Raw again, then on NXT again, then you were on Raw again, then you were on SmackDown again, and then you were let go. But before you were let go, you and Apollo Crews were making this tag team. And I know that you played many unlike selves during your time in WWE. First, you played Baron Corbin. And then you were the highest overseer of Raw. And then you were the main overseer of Raw. And then you were the king, Baron Corbin, after you won the King of the Ring, which was, I guess, all right for you. And then somehow you lost your gal, and then you were broke Baron Corbin, followed by happy Baron Corbin because you'd gotten all your gals back, so you were happy with life, or at least happy with that. And then somehow, some way, you then became, I don't know, sad Baron Corbin, or something went wrong, and then you were broke Baron Corbin again, or sad Baron Corbin again. And then you were the next wrestling god Baron Corbin when John Bradshaw Lakefield was your overseer. And then after that you were on NXT, where you were just being Baron Corbin again. No king, no happy, no broke, no sad, only Baron Corbin. Then you were on Raw again, and then SmackDown again. Yeah, I get it. My time in WWE was not the way I wanted it to go. Yes, I did win the King of the Ring one year at Autologous. I did win Galled in the Boundary one year as well. I was the former highest overseer of Raw. I was the former main overseer of Raw. Yes, it is true. I was a WWE Interland Body Fighter. I was a WWE 4-1 Rank Fighter. I was a former WWE NXT Tag Team Fighter. And yes, I'm in the NWA now. What that means is that I'm going to be seeing myself as king of hard metal, the Kaiser of hard metal. I mean, I know I can do it. I know that I can beat you. So I'm just going to take whatever weapon it happens to be, they happen to give me. Like a soda, like this pop tool. And see if I can bash you in the head with it. Well, why would you want to do something like that, Baron? I mean, I get it. Towards the end of your run in WWE, you shifted baby Lear. What, you going heel again because you're in the NWA now? Is that it? Well, I know at the end of the day, I could bash you with it too, Autolycus says. Well, here comes Daniel Bryan. Forgive me, fellows or lords or whatever you want to be called. No one's going to be hitting anyone of anything unless I make it lawful, alright? So, here today, we're going to see Autolycus, the King of Thieves, take on Baron Corbin for the TWF Hard Middle Winnings, and this match happens now. Well, Joey Styles says Autolycus did bring up the whole Baron Corbin's whole run in WWE, and about how some things may have not gone the way Baron Corbin wanted them to go, Joey Styles says. You got that right, Jonathan Coachman said. My first run in WWE was a little more good than my two-diff run in WWE. But I'm here. I'm still doing well. Aiden English says, what happens if Baron Corbin wins the hard middle winnings? Will he call himself the King or Kaiser? We don't really seem to know. This match is for the TWF hard middle winnings. First, he is Baron Corbin, and he is the TWF hard middle fighter, the King of Thieves, Autolycus. First off, Aiden English says, why would Autolycus call himself the King of Thieves? I mean, thievery is sinful and unlawful, and no one should be happy with that, so why would he call himself that? Oh! Well, Joey Styles says, you asked Autolycus that asking thing, Joey Styles says. And Autolycus, got hit with the pop toll. WWF pop toll, And Baron Corbin wants to become the TWF hard middle fighter, Joey Styles says. Well, Jonathan Coachman says, you may have seen a lot of these things not in the NAWA. You saw it more in ECW. not that much in MLW, in WWE, or CPW, Jonathan Coachman says, but you've seen a lot of it. Yes, I did, Joey Styles says. I saw a lot of it, and I would say, Jonathan Coachman, you may have saw some of it in your first run in WWF, WWE, and in your 2 different run in WWE. Autologous right now. Hit Baron Corbin, him again, and knocked him down. You know. And let's be earnest about this one. Aiden English says, Autologous, the King of Thieves, you know, need be, why does anyone call him the King of Thieves? I don't know. Oh! And Autologous just gave Baron Corbin a stunner on that pop toe. 1, 2, and a kick out. Baron Corbin kicked out. I thought that would be the end of him. The stunner, the Autologous stunner on that pop toe, I thought that would have been the end of Baron Corbin. You know, Aiden English says, well, I guess there's still a lot of fight in Baron Corbin. You know, I believe there most likely is, you know, still fight in Baron Corbin. And Autologous has to do some other toll to get rid of him now. Or beat him, Joey Styles said. Oh my God, oh, Autologous just got knocked down by Baron Corbin by whatever that stand was, if that's a stand or whatever you would call that. Autologous is just hanging by the bottom rope by his toe, and now the deep 6. Oh, the end of days. Well, this was the deep 6. This was the end of days. And now Baron Corbin is coming near of winning the hard middle winnings, Joey Styles says. If the fight keeper can reckon 1, 2, 3, Jonathan Coachman says, then Baron Corbin will be the new TWF hard middle fighter. Jonathan Coachman says, unless there's going to be more fight in Autologous. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Here is your winner, and still, here is your winner, and the new TWF hard middle fighter, Baron Corbin. And now Baron Corbin is now the TWF hard middle fighter, Joey Styles says. And it only took him end of days and deep 6ing him on that stand. Or, you know, whatever it is, Joey Styles says. And now we got the new TWF hard middle fighter. Well, Jonathan Coachman says, I have seen the hard middle winnings, both the WWF, WWE one, you know, as well the TWF one. And I have seen a lot of folks take a lot more beating, you know, before they end up losing. Get in there. Getting hung up. Bad. Yeah, I think a lot of folks take a lot of beating before they end up getting beaten themselves, Jonathan Coachman says. I can tell you one thing right now, Aiden English says. I know Autologous, he's going to most likely want to have another match with Baron Corbin for the TWF hard middle winnings. Alright, we're going to take it away now to Mike Today. Stand up. Thank you, Joey Styles and Jonathan Coachman. I'm going to be talking with Baron Corbin here today on Impact Your Head. Stand up. Alright, Baron Corbin, you're the new TWF hard middle fighter. and somehow you beat Autolycus, the King of Thieves. Well, somehow, some way, I beat Autolycus, the King of Thieves. Don't ask me how I did it. You know, I just gave him the deep six, the end of days on a stand, I guess that's what that is. I don't know. And I guess that was enough to beat Autolycus, the King of Thieves. Well, Baron Corbin, does that mean you're going to call yourself the King of Hard Middle? The Kaiser of Hard Middle? I'm not going to call myself a king or a Kaiser or anything like that. I'm this Baron Corbin, the Hard Middle fighter. And Autolycus wants to call himself the King of Thieves. That's his own business. If Autolycus wants to have another match with me, well, I'm open-minded to fighting him. So, Baron Corbin, we know that the only things you won in your time in WWE was the WWE 4-1 rank winnings and WWE NXT Tag Team winnings and Galled in the Boundary and King of the Ring. This will be your first thing you ever won in your time in TWF. Yes, that is true. I only won those things in my time in WWE. But now I'm in the NWA now. And so you could see me as the NWA heavyweight fighter one day. Well, that could happen one day. Are you going to be a fighting TWF hard middle fighter? Yeah, I'm going to be at Mike today. I will be. If Autolycus wants to have another match with me, I'll beat him like I did before. Well, that's my talk with Baron Corbin. Back to you, Joey Styles and Jonathan Coachman. Thank you, Mike, today for talking with Baron Corbin here today on Collision. Here today on Impact or Hit. And that's all the time we got here. I, Joey Styles, with Jonathan Coachman and Aiden English. We hope you like Impact or Hit. And we'll see you tomorrow for Friday Night SmackDown.